Hi, I'm Kate, and today I'm here with Jillian Goldblatt, who is a licensed insolvency trustee at Spergel. Now, we're both moms, so as the world changes, debt continues to be a struggle for many of the 99%. So, raising children, what kinds of things would you introduce to our children? How would you introduce the concept of saving money? I have a 3-year-old and an 8-year-old, so I would love personally to know how to do that.
That's a great question, Kate, and thanks for having me. So with regards to it's never too early to start talking about saving and debt and how to manage money. It's a bit of a gap in our education system here. Financial literacy is really not something that is focused on in the curriculum, so it falls back on us as parents to teach these concepts to our kids. So for your 3-year-old, like I said, it's never too early. So we have introduced, or did introduce when our kids were a little younger, the concept of not just one piggy bank, but 3 separate piggy banks. So one was spending, one was saving, and one was sharing. And so whenever they earned money or received money, they had to split up that money into these 3 different buckets. And it forced them to really think about how much it was and how they wanted to allocate it. The saving being for long-term goals, talking about things like, and although they're small, it's never too early to introduce the concept of a house and how you need to save for a very long time to be able to afford something like that, especially in a city like Toronto these days. Or school, going if you'd like to get some post-secondary education. So things like that, just getting them thinking about it is never a bad thing. The second piggy bank is for spending, so those short-term fun things that they want to buy, whether it's a toy or a book or candy. They do need a bit of a reward, as we all do, but as long as it's an allocated amount that they've set out specifically for that and getting them into the habit that I can only spend what I put in the spending piggy jar, not in the other 2. And the third one is for sharing. And so talking to them about the concept of giving back, helping out those less fortunate than ourselves, and, helping them choose whatever charities they'd like to donate or the way that they would like to give that money to someone in need. And so, again, introducing that concept at an early age is really important.
Fantastic. And I know that sometimes with our children, we introduce the concept of an allowance. Do you recommend that? And what age would you recommend doing that? And how do you recommend that we actually do that?
Yeah, no, an allowance is a great tool because it gives them a fixed income, stream, whether it's weekly or monthly or daily. You can do it any which way. In my household, we do it on a weekly basis. We have a certain amount of goals that they need to meet in order to earn that allowance. So it's, again, we're not just giving them the money, they have to earn that right. And then what I've introduced is the concept of CRA, which, believe it or not, it's never too early. So when we see a lot of clients here that come in and they have a significant amount of CRA debt, because it can be quite easy not to pay the government, especially if you're self-employed, whether you're trying to, keep your business alive or you're simply trying to, make ends meet. But those come back to haunt you, both with the significant interest and penalties that CRA can charge, which often balloon beyond the principal amount owing. So with our kids, who are 11 and 8, so it's a good age to be talking about this, we give them a gross allowance, and then I take back a certain portion as CRA collecting taxes. And although, within our household right now, they're not paying for education or healthcare or the roads that we as adults remit our taxes towards. They're paying for the food, the light, and the heat that comes with living in our household. So just introducing that concept, I think, never hurts. And of course, kids are smart, Alex, and they say, just give us the net. Why are you giving us the gross? But again, it's the concept that's important. It's that back and forth that I hope will resonate with them when they're older.
These are fantastic. Thank you. I love all those suggestions.
You're welcome.